Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love is Blind, Season 8, Episode 1.
I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let's go, Blair.
All right. So there are more people this season, and the pods are now open.
That make it harder for us, okay?
So we start with Daniel. He's 29, sales manager, 5'8". He's a shorter guy, so that's been a hurdle for him in dating. He talks to Taylor, who's 31. She's a nurse. He wants a family someday, someone who's open to having kids. She wants a family of her own as well. He has an older sister and a younger brother. His sister was born blind. She loved people without seeing them, and if he could be a little like her, that would be really cool.
Hey, look, just off of first impression, how do you feel about these two? I know it's the first two, but just in first impression.
I felt like they clicked. I felt like they had a good vibe and they seemed comfortable around each other. So I was with it. I was with it for them.
Yeah, I felt nothing.
Okay.
I did like the personal story about his sister, though.
Yeah.
I do bang with that.
So Britney, 34, she's a partnership executive. She and Devon have a conversation, and Devon is 28, youth coordinator / coach, and they connect over basketball.
Nice.
She played and coached Division I college basketball, and he coaches girls basketball varsity for high school. He has dated older women before. He wants to have kids, and she wants as many kids as she can have and to start her own family.
Oh, my first impression of them, I was like, oh, I like them, not together, but individually.
Yeah.
I like them individually because I don't know. I'm always worried about, at least in this arena, about the women that is older than like the guy. And even though like they both grown, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't see it. I see y'all being cool, being friends and things like that. But romantically, it's giving friend vibe to me. And guess what? I like it.
I can see that. I would probably put myself smack dab in the middle of it being a friend type thing or a romantic type thing. I was like, I would need to see the chemistry in person.
Yeah.
I can't really tell
That's
with
true.
them like in this type of arena. So Devin has a chat with Virginia, who's 33. She's a healthcare recruiter. She says that she's into fashion, shoes, and she is a foodie. She enjoys burritos. And he is into fashion, shoes, and is a foodie. She is as well, and she likes burritos. Okay. So they both went to the same high school, 5 years apart. She has her doctorate in healthcare administration, and she also used to dance for the NBA.
I'm not saying that she is right for him or he is right for her, but I like them better than Britney.
Okay.
If you had to make me choose, right? I want to see more. Yeah. I'm just giving first impression. I just want to give more of the other options of who are some better guys that she can go after, because he's younger and I'm very skeptical about that. You get what I'm saying? And he just seems very cool. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they all seem like really cool people.
Yeah.
Like Brittany, I like the way that she pronounces her name. It is her name.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say Brittany.
But I do like how she says Brittany.
Yeah.
I think that's really pretty. And then Virginia and Devin, like I think they all would be a great friend group to hang out with.
Matter of fact, all three of them, yeah.
Like, we all just hang out.
Matter
but
of fact,
we're here for love.
I like that. Matter of fact, I see that 100%. All three of them should be friends.
Like, they would have the best time together.
B dot.
Okay.
Because I won't be able to say Brittany. You get what I'm saying? So Brittany or B dot.
So Virginia wants to date someone different from her usual type. People are usually shocked when they find out that she's a doctor because of the way that she looks, but she looks forward to making a connection with someone's soul. Okay. We then move on to Joey, 34. He's a physician associate. Monica, 27, and she's in digital marketing. Okay. They both are not into country music, and they both know how to swing dance. Her dad is from Chile, and she has family that they visit down there. She asked him how close he is with his family. Joey is close with his family. He is best friends with his sisters. They talk every day. He has 3 sisters, older one, a younger one, and one who passed away when she was 16.
Listen here. I like the fact that he's close with his siblings and things like that. Okay, y'all both don't like country music. Okay, that's a random thing to actually bond on.
That's not going to ever play in the car.
I know, right? But so far, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Monica dated a guy in college. He went out of town. She was house sitting for him. When he came back, he ended things out of the blue, and she is tired of starting over.
Sorry.
So we get to David, who's 32. He also goes by Dave in medical device sales. His line is asking the women, what's wrong with them? Why are you here?
Hey, Dave, what's wrong with you? Why are you here?
He came across very abrasive, and it made me think, number one, he comes across like an a-hole. But secondly, I'm thinking, is he doing that just to see who can like deal with him? You know what I'm saying? Is that his test to the women to see who can stand him? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, why are you testing the ladies?
Hey, why do that now though?
Exactly.
Do you get like actually let them get to know you first, and then once they like you, then you introduce. Okay. Now, since we've been dating and going on these pod dates for a couple of days, tell me, what's wrong with you? That lands better than the actual, hey, my name's Dave. What's wrong with you? Can you ask me my name?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So someone asked him, why is he here? And he says he's been an a-hole to women in the past.
You said it.
He works in medical aesthetics, so he's around all of these women with body modifications, and it has affected him as far as like what a woman should look like.
Okay.
He ends up talking to Lauren, who's 30, who's in educational sales. She is basically, she tells him that she's 30, and he jokes since she's 30, she's no longer attractive. And then he jokes that he has an OnlyFans, and he asks her why she's here.
This is not going good for you, buddy.
Lauren says, she, basically the piece of having a romantic partner wasn't there in her life. Everything has fallen into place otherwise, and she would have stayed in teaching if they would have paid her more. He has been a shallow person. That hasn't worked for him in the past. He doesn't want to be that way anymore, and that's why he is here. Lauren does think that physical attraction grows. He tells her that he loves her voice, and she likes his as well.
Hey, I will say Dave. His name is Dave, right?
Yeah.
You get a C- for this date, maybe even a D+. You get what I'm saying? I felt like you could have presented yourself a little bit better. Trim off some of the fat that you have in your conversation when it comes to talking to these women. I have no problem with you joking around saying like, what's wrong with you? But my thing is like, if you lead with that, and then after that, you lead with, I've been an a-hole to women in the past, people go question, are you still an a-hole?
And that makes me wonder, like, does he even respect women, or does he value women as people? Because I'm like, would you approach a man being that brass or whatever like that, or that crass? Like, would you say that to a man that you're meeting for the first time, or are you doing it to a woman just because it's a woman? Like, it's just like, it's just off-putting, but hey, and the ladies like him.
And my thing is, I honestly don't feel that he disrespects women. I don't feel like he don't like women. I'm not saying that I feel that way.
It's a question mark.
I'm saying don't even put it up for question.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because respect them, lead with niceness first, and then like date by date, not all at one time, insert those little like, hey, so what's wrong with you? I tell you what's wrong with me. I'm an a-hole and I need help.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Besides coming off that, strong in my opinion.
Yeah. So David then meets Molly, who's 29, an executive assistant. She has never had a serious boyfriend. She never felt the need to just have a boyfriend. She feels like if she wanted to, she could have. She's had situationships and couldn't get on the same page of making things work. Dave has mostly had women that he went on dates with, but never met his family.
Yeah.
He says that he was raised like a regular white dude. And he was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm a white guy.
Yeah.
But he says that he grew up in Catholic school. He had a great childhood. His parents are not together because his mom passed away 6 years ago. She had stage 4 breast cancer and lived 10 and a half years longer than she was expected to.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. She was hard on him about his integrity because he hasn't always had it. Molly asks if he still struggles when it comes to his integrity, and he says he's not going to be perfect, but he tries to be intentional about the things that he says, and he tells her that he really likes her.
Yeah, I will give an X to both of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I've got red flags all around for Dave.
Yeah.
And then for Molly, for this to be your first relationship, for it to be a marriage, I'm like,
can't do it.
Scary. Because I'm like, girl, like you need to work out some kinks first, or even like say you were like 16 and it was.
No, I'm not giving her no bill.
Long-term relationship.
No,
that's different. But no relationship.
Nope. Nope, just situationships. Get her off my screen.
Okay. So we get to the confessional. Molly says that she hasn't had a boyfriend probably because of her personality.
That's even worse. Okay. Like I don't even know what that means. You get what I'm saying? But sure.
So in the ladies in the men's lounge, everyone is talking about who they're connecting with. The next day, they make sure to show us that everybody eats breakfast.
Oh, listen here. They gonna make sure they gonna beat these lawsuits, boy.
Yes.
I'm feeding y'all. Okay. We see it. We see it. We see it.
We are then introduced to Alex, who's 28, real estate broker who used to be nerdy in high school. A girl laughed at him after he told her that he liked her, and women now in his life are giving him more attention, but he wants someone who likes him for him.
Okay.
So he talks to Madison, who's 27, and she's an artist. She grew up around cornfields. She talks about how she met a couple in Paris when she was studying abroad in college. They offered her to teach an English class and learn a different language. So the next year, she lived in the Middle East, and she learned Arabic while she was teaching English.
Nice.
He likes to travel and see different ways of life, and he just wants someone who is kind.
Okay.
She does like people to feel safe with her. She talks about how she had a tough childhood. Her parents were never married. She was around drugs, talking about her mom was around drugs and rehab, and her mom got pregnant with her when she was like 19 years old.
Okay.
She lost her stepdad due to a drug overdose, and she talks to her mom when she can, but sometimes it's a bit much because she has to be a parent to be her. She has had to be a parent to her mother for a long time.
Okay.
Madison is trying to break general curses for herself and for her future family. She's close with her brother and sister and wants to be the person to them that she never had for herself. He talks about how he was bullied in school. He has ADHD. He failed high school. The family was disappointed in him and kicked him out of the house to where he had to figure things out himself. Madison says that she was bullied, but not as bad as he was. Before she got braces, she was called names, and she gravitated towards art and academics because that's pretty much all she had. She had a glow up after school. She's a painter, and he tells her that she is at the top of his list.
Listen here, man. Her name is what?
Madison.
And his name is what?
Alex.
Alex, Madison, y'all may be good. Y'all may be two good people, right? But there's too many generational curses that I can handle.
Okay.
Madison, I don't think Alex can be a good partner for you, right? Because he battles with a lot of things that he's still overcoming, right? Especially with some of the weight that you have to deal with just by yourself. And you taking on the burden of trying to be the one that break the generational curses of your family, I don't know if Alice can handle that, right?
Yeah.
Alice, I empathize with you. I understand. Hopefully, you're cool with your family now in a way. You had to drop out of high school. It's sad you was eating lunch inside the bathroom and things of that nature. But I don't think y'all be a good couple together, in my opinion.
Yeah. From this initial meeting, I thought that it was a decent conversation. I felt like he was sensitive to the hardships that she's had in life. And I felt like he could empathize because he was pretty much thrown out of the house when he was but a teenager. Yeah. So I could see that there was something there as far as them like getting and understanding each other. But it's like I needed to see more of their interactions to really find out if they would be good for each other. Yeah. So. But Madison next talks to Mason, who is 32 and a cinematographer. So already off the bat, they're both creatives. They love that about each other. He got into cinematography through skateboarding in middle school. He went to college for it and is now doing it professionally. He's close with his nieces. One is 8, one is 3. She's close with, of course, her siblings. Her brother is 10 years younger than her. Her sister is 12 years younger. And her brother, Brett, was 4 years younger, named after Brett Favre. Okay. He passed away in 2020, and he was a huge Packers fan. They basically he was gifted a jersey by her stepdad of Brett Favre. He never got to go to a Packers game, so she wore the jersey to the game in order to take her little brother to the game with her.
Very sweet.
Very, very sweet. She lost a lot of people in her life, and she can't go to her mom about things. And I thought she said she lost her stepdad, or maybe she lost her bio dad, but she said her stepdad was distant. Okay. So she's looking for someone who was close to and has a good family dynamic because that's something that she would like to be a part of. He's close to his parents and his sister, and he tells her that if she needs family, he can definitely extend his, and he feels like he would be a good support system for her.
Listen, I don't see no spark right now, but I like the personal stories.
Yeah.
I like the personal stories.
Yeah, I'm liking the personal stories as well. So Mason then talks to Meg, who's 30, an oncology nurse. She shares that she got a spray tan.
Okay.
He says that her voice is gorgeous, and she shares that she has a sexy flight attendant voice that she could whip out whenever she wants as well. So she wrote down that he's cool, but she wants to know if he's funny, if they can have a good time together. Mason says he likes having fun with his partner. And Meg then turns the conversation to aliens. He's actually very into all of that. And what's out there, what's being covered up. Meg doesn't smoke, but she tells him that she has sober high thoughts. She starts talking about ant homes, how intricate they are. There are different powers and energies in the universe, and maybe our storms and natural disasters could be from supernatural beings messing with us. So neither one of them are actually really religious. Her parents are Christian, and they think that she's going to hell. She believes in energies and a higher power, and she is enjoying her talk with him. He says the feeling is mutual.
It is a no for me for her.
The thing is with Meg, I actually like Meg. My thing with Meg is that I think that she's all out there, right? She's all out there, and she's holding nothing back. And for the right person, I think that could be a great thing. But I think that it could be a lot. And there were moments in the conversation where even though Mason said that he was like into it, I felt like she was out talking him. Like she wasn't really actually getting to know him. Not that it seemed to rub him the wrong way at all. I think he was totally fine. But that's just something I noticed with Meg, was that she was going a mile a minute. And as much as she enjoyed talking to him, I think that she enjoyed him because he listened versus she enjoyed him because she actually liked him, if that makes sense.
I'm always thinking about family too, because remember, this is not, they all get married at the end of this.
Exactly.
So I'm like, oh, so you're not really cool with your family? Your family think you're going to hell? Okay. Tell me more about the relation with your family though. How religious are they? You know what I mean? Like, so I think I would have dig more into like the history of how you get along with your family. Because that's going to affect you even if you say it doesn't.
Exactly.
So it's like, and then to Blair's point, she was going, boy. She was going. And by luck, you know, she found someone who was interested in talking about aliens and things of that nature and natural disasters. If she was talking to Christopher, right, she would have been talking to an empty room.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not really into aliens and UFOs and things of that nature.
So then we get to David and Molly.
Yeah.
He says that he's a baby with scary movies, and Molly says that she'll take care of him as long as it's no exorcism stuff, because that stuff could be real. Dave says that she sounds different than the other girls there, and he says that he told some of the other girls that he had an OnlyFans. They believed him, but he was just joking around. But he asked her about any thoughts about sex. What are her thoughts about sex? I'm interesting segue.
I'm about to say, that was a OnlyFans, you know, voice, high school, you know, voice, OnlyFans, sex. Okay, sex.
Right.
It's like, okay, how did we end up here?
So Molly thinks that it's important that you should want to make your partner happy, and she likes to take direction. She likes to do a good job. Okay. David asks what kind of kisser she is, and Molly says it really depends on what the mood calls for.
Yeah.
He asks her if she has questions, but she says that, you know, he's fine. She likes that he's taking charge in the conversation. In the beginning, she likes to follow, but then once she's comfortable, she doesn't mind taking charge. He feels comfortable with that, and he asks in the bedroom, is there anything that she hasn't really been into? And she says no. Dave says it sounds like we're perfect for each other.
And I already told you Dave is a no for me, right?
Yes.
Listen here, man. Just be careful if a woman let you punch yourself out. You know, you over there asked her, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? She's like, nah. Like, you know, go ahead, take charge. Because she may be thinking like, you know what, it's gonna be a no. You know, I'm just gonna talk with you because you're fun. You know what I mean?
But my concern with Molly as she's going through these dates is, I definitely think it's great just to have a good time and have fun. A lot of the times in their conversations, a lot of that was brought up. Oh, we have fun together. We have fun. It's so much fun. And I'm just like, but life gets real. You know what I'm saying?
Not for her.
And it's not fun and roses all the time. So I really wanted her to ask him the questions to see if he would really be a good partner for her. Because she's not learning anything. No. It's kind of like she's waiting for him to pick her, like
that's true.
Suss him out for yourself, girl.
That's true.
Well, David and Lauren have their talk. They're talking about how you learn about love and how to show love by what your parents showed you. Mm-hmm. David says that his parents always made sure that he wasn't making dumb decisions. He has an older sister. She's cool and also motherly. Mm-hmm. He has his own place and he puts the seat down after he uses the toilet.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Lauren has an older brother and 2 younger brothers. Her older brother would question if she wasn't with someone of good standards. David's sister wasn't thrilled to hear that he was coming on this experience. Mm-hmm. She felt like the girls on the show probably wouldn't be good enough for him.
For him?
The only comment I want to make to that is that some of y'all don't know y'all brothers and sisters.
I'm about to say, hold on though,
because your brother and sister could be a wonderful person, mm-hmm. but a regular degular partner. Mm-hmm. So let's just realize
Calm
that if your sibling can find somebody they get along with, mm-hmm. that's a great thing. Okay. Does somebody need to meet his standards and all this type of stuff? Do he meet everybody's standards?
He don't have no standards based on what I heard. The most standards I heard is that he let the toilet seat down. That's the most standards I've heard from Dave.
So Lauren asks, what could she do to impress his sister? And he says, just getting him to hang out with her a little bit more. So he is in a book club. He reads well, but doesn't comprehend well. Lauren was a former 6th grade teacher, so she can definitely help him work on his reading comprehension.
So you don't know what you're reading. Okay, cool. I hear you, Dave.
He said he just flipping pages.
Exactly. They picture books, you know what I mean? With no pictures,
So Taylor and Daniel talk, and she comes in with a really scratchy voice. I'm like, this girl must have been hollering, or maybe she's not used to talking this much. So he was on another date, but he was excited to talk to her again. Mm-hmm. They both like each other. She likes his family dynamic and how he aspires to be like his sister who is blind. Mm-hmm. She likes how he words things as well, like saying like, I'm right there with you. It's very comforting to her. Him saying mother of my kids also makes her feel at home. Mm-hmm. He tells her about the Christmas cards that he makes every year, and what he looks forward to is creating a Christmas card with his wife and then eventually his kids someday.
Okay.
Taylor says that Christmas is her favorite holiday, and she put up 4 trees in her 1-bedroom apartment.
Why?
She tells him that she is an overthinker, and Daniel says that if she needs clarity on anything, feel free to ask me. She just wants to feel secure in her relationship and for him to feel secure too.
I don't think he understands what overthinker means. Mm. It's not that she will come to you. You thinking the way to solve an overthinker is, just come to me if you have any questions. She will have questions and then you will give her an answer and then she will overthink the answer.
She won't believe you.
She won't believe that. Like so
she will not believe you.
So it's not even so much a believe or not believe. It's the fact that no answer is good enough.
Right.
No solution is good enough. Mm-hmm. Every scenario is going to be something that's going to basically be the main center of whatever she's thinking about. So if she's thinking about the relationship, she's going to overthink that, and that's going to affect her decisions and how she shows up as a wife.
So good.
I would say no.
Yeah, you're right.
I would say no.
Couldn't have said it better.
Don't do that to yourself.
So Devon and Brittany talk.
Yeah.
He is down to have a cook-off with her since she claims that she can cook. Then Virginia tells Devon that she is a dancer and not a singer.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm. Monica and Joey talk. Her favorite movie is The Sound of Music, and Joey watched it over 5,000 times with his grandma. His grandma was obsessed with it. Mm-hmm. So he was taken care of by his grandmothers a lot because his sister who passed had cerebral palsy. Mm-hmm. So when she was in the hospital and his parents would be with her, he would be at grandma's house watching Sound of Music.
Yeah.
So he grew up with nothing but sisters. He went from homeschool to public school. He got made fun of because he dressed weird, but football saved him because he was able to prove to the guys that he was good and they wanted him on their team. Mm-hmm. At 18, he got offers from D1 schools, but he declined to stay at a nearby college because he didn't want to leave his younger sister alone. His parents were going through a divorce and he had to help his mom and his younger sister.
Okay.
His mom was terrible with money, but he's good with money. Mm-hmm. He has had to help his family out and pay for school himself. He taught himself how to invest and to trade. He bought his first piece of property at 27 because he knew that he would need a place for his mom to live. And he also started a retirement plan for his mother.
Just, his name is Taylor?
His name is Joey.
His name is Joey. Mm-hmm. Joey sound like a commendable guy.
Oh my goodness.
Joey sound like a guy that you would think is sent from heaven for you and things like that. He's very thoughtful. He's sacrificial and things like that. And I would say, don't marry Joey.
Why?
Don't marry Joey. Joey already got a family. He already got a wife.
Oh, his mom.
His mama, right? Unless his mama is older, near the end of her life, he's going to be taking care of her forever, right? She's terrible with money. So unless you are willing, right, to be second place, and guess what? There are a lot of people who are willing to take the back seat. Unless you are willing to be second place and not put him in a position where he have to choose between you and taking care of his mama and things of that nature, then you're perfectly fine with Joey. But if Joey got to set up a retirement plan for his mama, get a property to house his mama because his mama is terrible with money and still is terrible with money, we can't go on that trip because I gotta put this aside. We can't go here because I gotta put this aside. I gotta do this. That's what I'm saying. He already got a family he gotta take care of.
And that would be a conversation I would have with him because I would want to know, what are the boundaries with your mama?
There is none.
Are there any boundaries?
There is none.
You already got her the house. You got her the retirement plan. Can we, do our thing from here on out, or are you still going to be
retirement plan? You gotta understand, retirement plan means he's taking his free money and putting it aside.
It was wishful thinking
on top of his 401k. You get what I'm saying?
I love the loyalty. The loyalty is beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm just like, once he has his wife and his family, he's going to be just as loyal.
100%. But I blame the mama, right?
Gosh.
Because I don't know if the mama gonna let him go. Because here's the thing about it: once you take care of somebody for long periods of time, now they feel entitled to it.
That is true.
So that's why I'm like, the mother always been terrible with money. At no point did she. Now, mind you, based on this conversation, I did not get that the mother is sick or ill, right?
Same.
So I'm like, so she have not picked up on any of her toxic money spending habits and things like that. So when it comes to basically the wife, what I see happening with Joey, the mother's going to become combative with Joey, making sure that her retirement plan don't, fall down to the wayside and things like that. And maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe this is a black people story. Listen, I don't know, but I'm just saying Joey is not the problem, but Joey seems like he got a lot on his plate.
He does.
And he does seem like he seems like he will put others before himself and things like that. But my thing is, when it comes to others as wife, you're number 2 or 3 in that list because he got a sister and he got a mother. He turned down even D1 for things that would have bettered him.
Right.
But he was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So
that's a tough pill to swallow about Joey.
Man, I'm just saying.
I'd rather the truth than not, though. So David and Lauren talk. Her non-negotiable is a partner fitting in with her family.
Yeah.
She pictures being at her parents' lake house, and his family has a lake house as well. She went to Mexico with her friends. They all got tattoos, and she got F the patriarchy tattooed on her.
Off. I'm already off her.
He didn't think that she had a bit of a party girl in her. And pretty much she's like, people do say that I'm a nice Midwestern girl, which she is, but she also likes to have a good time.
Okay.
He has 3 tattoos. 2 are of his mom's handwriting from a card she wrote, "Love always and proud of you." The 3rd is their family's home address, which his dad sold about 2 years ago. And of course, we know his mother passed away.
R.I.P.
When his dad sold the house, he didn't actually go and say his final goodbyes to the home because it was hard for him to go there because he watched his mom pass there.
Yeah.
David tells her that you were never low on my list, but this convo definitely made her stand out more. And Lauren says that this convo solidified him at the top of her list. He says that if they get married, he would love to get matching tattoos.
Okay, Dave. They seem like, look, I need to see how Dave operate in the real world.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Then David talks to Molly. They talk about Molly's tattoos. She has a rose and a shamrock on her hip, without fear, and Gaelic on her shoulder blades, and a booty tattoo. He tells her that he likes her a lot, and ever since the beginning, it's been Molly.
Okay.
And my thing is with David, I really think he's looking at Molly like a good time girl.
Yeah.
And even in Lauren,
not a wife.
Exactly. Not a partner, not somebody that he can rely on. He just wants somebody to have fun with. And I think, like I said, it's important to have fun with your partner and to have a good time. But that's not what you should be looking for when it comes to someone to do life with. Yeah. And I really feel like if we were to choose between Molly and Lauren, for David, based off what we see, then I would say Lauren. But I don't even know if David would work for Lauren.
Yeah, Dave.
But Lauren would be good for Dave.
Dave, no matter out of all the women he talked to, David obviously feel like he's the prize.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So we get to the women's quarters, and Molly tells Madison that she's talking to David. Things are going well. She knows that Sarah is talking to him as well. Lauren comes over and says that her date was pretty validating. Just being reminded he had other dates, though, didn't make her feel good.
Yeah.
Because towards the end of their date, he said, like, oh, I got another date after this. And she said, just cancel it. You know, just chill. I believe it was them. If I'm not, correct me. But being reminded he had other dates did not feel good. And she's nervous to say who her top is. Well, apparently Molly thinks she knows who everybody's talking to. And she tells Lauren that her person is Dave. And she says she has a husband, honey. I'm like, Molly, you moving a little too loose right now.
Well, she's going off of energy. She feels like Dave is her husband, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Dave is your husband. I don't know if Dave would treat you like a wife, but listen here. My thing is this: the fact that Dave even said, "Well, I got a date after this," that was his way of basically making sure that the power stay in his hands. Basically, like, you're here for me,
right?
Because guess what? Everybody got a date after this. That's the whole point. Everybody get to see everybody in the pods,
Very
right?
true.
But the fact that he voiced it, he basically making it seem like, you know what? You're here for me. I hold the power. I hold the cards. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was just a good first episode of getting to know who some of the people are going to be. And, you know, there's some things that I see. There's some questions that I have, but I'm actually looking forward to getting to know everybody the more that we watch.
Yeah, listen here. I need y'all count this as our first impression episode because this is literally our first impression, right? Tell us in the comments what y'all think about each person. It was a lot of people.
Yes.
But a lot of the reoccurring people showed up and things of that nature. And write in the comments so we can definitely, like, you know, take some of y'all comments and use it in the next episode and things like that. Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.